welcome to Clerks Minute, the show where we break down the 1994 Kevin Smith classic One Honesty by Paranoia, a minute at a time. I'm Blake.
I'm Kyle.
How you doing? This minute definitely changes everything we've been talking about for the last 2 weeks suddenly, but it's a Kevin Smith movie, so you kind of expect it. Before we actually get into the minute, I had to get the script up because I didn't want to miss any dialogue in here, and I didn't realize this, but they actually either Kevin's cut some speech, some stuff out, or they was cut out on the stay, but like there's a whole piece of dialogue in here.
That's a rarity.
Between when Veronica gets everyone out of the quick stop earlier to the previous minute. And let's see if I can find where it is. Oh, here it is. So it says here. Okay, here we go. So we go from 2:33. What time? Okay. So what happened is after we cut over here, they have a whole section that was cut, and it pretty much says, "Bunch of savages in this town. You look bush. What time did you go to bed?" Dante answers,
"I don't know, 2:33."
"What were you doing up so late?"
Huh? Nothing.
"What were you doing?"
Nothing. Jesus, I gotta fight with you now?
Who's fighting? Why are you getting so defensive?
Who's defensive? Would you just hug me? All right. Your boyfriend was accosted by an angry mob, and he needs to be hugged.
What is that? Oh, sorry.
What? What is that?
She called you, didn't she?
Oh, be real. Would you please hug me? I just went through a very traumatic experience, and I haven't been having the best day so far. Now, come on.
Wow, this went weird. This got really strange.
What? What's with that look? I wasn't talking to anyone, especially her. Look at you, being all sort of, I don't know, standoffish. Fine, you don't trust me, don't hug me. I see how it is. All right, pissy pants, you just go on being suspicious and quiet. I don't even want to hug you at this point.
What are they talking about? We're getting our back where we were. But what are they talking about?
Probably Caitlin.
Caitlin? You think it's Caitlin? I never knew about this dialogue until seconds ago. That's an interesting twist.
Yeah.
She's a very jealous. You can never tell, though, from the scene we're in. You don't need that dialogue.
Yeah.
You need to be jealous at this point.
Yeah.
But that's an interesting twist of the
I
dialogue.
would say it would probably make sense after this minute, but...
Yeah, from where we are here, they're literally having a nice, calm conversation.
Oh,
that would be so weird.
That is more than likely why it got deleted.
I don't know. I'm reading. I didn't really read it that closely. I just noticed it. I'm like, let's read it on the air because there's some content to start this up. So we come back in here, and the two of them are nice and cuddly on the floor behind the counter. When we last left you, they were talking about the money on the counter, and
Dante goes into the psychology.
I liked his logic, though.
Yeah.
I didn't think about his logic.
Okay,
It says right here. It's a short sentence. I didn't really have the entire thing down pat.
Theory: people see money and think they're being watched.
It's true. It's so true, though. I feel like I learned that on freaking Practical Joker sometimes. With people's mentalities.
Yeah.
It's weird. But Honesty by Paranoia. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ron. That might be one of my favorite lines.
Yeah.
This is our first part of the movie.
Quite honestly, I figure, you leave a plate of money out, okay, someone's going to wind up dumping the whole plate in their pocket and just leaving.
Yeah, you know what's funny is I don't know. Because how many cameras are in a convenience store? You don't know.
Yeah.
Or do you have somebody? Or do you thinking maybe there's a security guard or something you just don't know about him or something like that?
Although I will admit I am like that when someone leaves out a bowl of free Tootsie Rolls.
Well, candy's candy.
Yeah.
It's like Halloween. I
ain't leaving till this bowl's empty.
I love the trust. By the way, for speaking of that, I love the trust on Halloween for trick or treat when you leave a bowl of candy on a stoop and nobody around. I love the trust of children there.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Money's one thing, but candy, I'll just dump the bowl in the bag and move on.
Yeah, I love the minute they put the sign up. Take one, only one. There are other kids. The sign has said that once. I'm like,
I was gonna say, what are you standing behind the door with a shotgun?
Why are you? I understand if you're. Well, I love the honesty of one time. We're trick or treating with our kids. Take one, please. I love the honesty. Honesty.
But yeah, like I said, with those signs, what are you standing behind the front door with a shotgun, making sure everybody takes one?
Yeah, the honesty points though. I give you that much. So we have the running gag of why does he smell like shoe polish, which is going to be a running gag for the rest of this movie.
I use shoe polish to make the sign.
The smell won't come off. So, I love how this conversation starts, because I haven't watched this in a while, and I'm at the beginning of this movie, I knew it was just going to be us, so I haven't really watched this that closely. And, do you think anyone can see us down here?
Why? Why? You want to have sex or something?
So this conversation starts. I love it. The notes on the script. It says sarcastic. Oh, can we? I love it. I love the fact that it says that.
Actually, I couldn't really tell if it was sarcastic or genuine.
In the script, it says sarcastic. So
yeah, but with the delivery, it could go either way.
Well, until we got to the "I was kidding" part, I'm like, I feel like I've had that conversation before. Well, okay, true story. I think enough years has passed where I can tell this story, and I don't think that she's gonna be listening to this show anyway, so it doesn't matter. She doesn't like this movie, so now she's going to listen to this show.
Well, screw her then.
I did. That's the point of the story.
Well, that's
anyway.
Still. So she doesn't like the movie. Well,
I rewatched it. She wasn't a huge fan of this movie, so I was not going to listen to this show. So anyway, ex-girlfriend before Mandy, last girlfriend before Mandy. We were in a weird phase where we broken up and we got back together. Whatever. She worked at a laundromat. It was very quiet. We were in the back. They're in the back room.
She was your new Saturday night thing, wasn't she?
It was a good day. It was a very good day. So that's the first thing that I thought of when this conversation started. I'm like,
just taking a
experience.
Just taking a cue from Kevin Smith, one of Kevin Smith's favorite movies. She was your new Saturday night thing, wasn't she?
What movie is that for people that don't know?
Roadhouse.
For people that don't know, there you go.
As a matter of fact,
if you're going to make a reference, just note the reference, please.
He and Mosier actually did a fan commentary for the movie.
I remember. I've never listened to it, but I've heard about it. So, anyway, this starts our first official sex conversation on this movie. And,
hey, get the kids out of the room. Then again, if you're letting your kids watch this, what the fuck is wrong with you?
We were doing this off. I had paused the movie to take notes, and we were literally having conversations. Let's bring it to the air. You made a valid point. R-rated movie. Why would there be kids watching this movie with your parents?
To be honest, if you took your kids to see Logan or Deadpool,
valid point.
And you complain about it.
Especially Deadpool.
They just think, oh, it's superheroes. It's just great. Yeah, they were probably the same people who brought your kids to see The Dark Knight.
Wasn't Dark Knight PG-13?
Yeah.
Going back to your logic.
Yeah, but even then, the pencil trick should have been a
valid point. A valid point.
Yeah. The same people brought their kids to see The Dark Knight. Yeah. Your kids after seeing the pencil trick, have fun sleeping.
I know. I explained that Joker in The Dark Knight to little kids. Oh my god.
Well, you see.
Oh my god. That messes with adult heads.
Especially since I actually saw a coloring book that they made for kids at a dollar store for The Dark Knight.
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
I know this is a thing.
Hey, it's Batman. They merchandised it out the ass.
Touché.
But yeah, they had the Joker as the standard, stealing money, that sort of thing. Although I would have killed for a scene where you actually can color in the pencil trick.
That's called the adult coloring book version.
See? The pencil's gone.
I joke about that, but it wouldn't shock me if there's actually an adult coloring book for that series of movies. It wouldn't shock me whatsoever.
But then again, this is also the time where they merchandised the hell out of the Dune movie, and they actually had a picture for kids to color that says, Duke Leto and Piter die.
Are you shitting me?
I'm not kidding.
I didn't know this.
Have you ever seen?
I didn't know the movie. You can just talk about it. Guys,
okay.
Talking about.
There's this scene. Duke Leto Atreides has been captured, and he's been given this poison gas tooth by the guy who sold him out. Basically, he figures, yeah, I've sold him out to save my wife, but I want you to try and kill the bad guy there. So yeah, he tries to get him close, but unfortunately, the bad guy's underling Piter gets close instead, and because he's rather disoriented, he thinks he's the Duke, so he winds up biting out on the tooth and winds up killing himself, and also taking the wrong guy with him. So yeah, have your kids color in that.
Oh my god!
I swear to God,
coloring page.
I swear to God, someone actually went and scanned one of the old coloring books for Dune, and that is in there.
That's amazing. Yeah. Wow, how was that not a bigger deal when it happened?
Well, probably because it was sci-fi.
What year was this?
1984.
That could be why. No, so it was also in the 80s, and nobody gave a shit in the 80s compared to now.
Well, I was gonna say,
you can't get away with that now. There's no way you're gonna.
Because everybody's so freaking sensitive and about their kids. Kids can take a bit of darkness.
Okay, I have a line.
I mean, we grew up at the age where we had the Ninja Turtles movie, which was, made for kids, but still pretty freaking dark.
And if you want to hear that in a movie minute format, TMNT Minute, fantastic show, regular genres. But anyway, shamelessly plug for a good show. I'm actually listening to them when I get done with this. Yeah. So, but no, all seriously, that is a dark movie compared to the sequels. Agreed. 100% agreed. But again, a very good movie. And
I think the 3 kind of balanced it out a bit.
Well, 3 is more goofy. It's more goofy. I enjoy. I will be a. What's what we're looking for here? Not an advocate. What's the word I'm looking for? A sympathizer for 3 because I enjoy 3 because it's so hokey and it's fun. I enjoy it because it's fun.
I love it too. But then again, I'm a sucker for a good time travel story.
Exactly. It helps. I'm gonna be Back to the Future person, so that could be one of the reasons.
And personally, I like the way they handled time travel in there, where you had to switch places with somebody.
It was different rules. It was completely different rules than in both movies.
And also got some great gags with Casey having to look after the guys from the past there.
Yeah, that's one of those things I appreciate.
Especially the guy trying to take the TV back with them.
Doesn't make any sense. It makes sense.
Doesn't make sense, but it's funny.
It's a funny gag, but the rules don't make any sense there. But no, they had to do 2, not 1, but 2 close to naked men jokes in that movie. 1 but 2. Because you had to do the same gag twice.
Although we did get the sight of Michelangelo in boxer shorts.
Yes, that's true. But anyway, you had to do the same gag twice. Just because.
But yeah, we grew up with, stuff like Return to Oz. Return to Oz, which is really fucking dark. But then again, it's also in keeping with the actual Oz books, not that.
No, I'm saying. My whole point is, though, even nowadays, I mean, right now we're in the time where it's a big deal. Yeah. It's creepy, and that's a creepy movie, and people love it.
Well, to be quite honest, it's also rather close to the novel.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying, I'm making a point, though. Yeah. That right now is the biggest movie in America, as we're recording this. Again, we're dating ourselves, but, that's the biggest movie in America right now, as we're recording this.
I wonder how many people took their kids to see it because, oh, look, it's a clown. It means it's a children's movie.
In all seriousness, I don't think that's how it... Based on the commercials, and based on what this movie was...
People are stupid.
I don't know. I don't think it was that way. I haven't heard anybody complain about it, so I doubt it.
But people are stupid.
Like the Deadpool argument, there was actually a lot. I read the complaint about that. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what it is? I don't think, even if you're not paying attention, you see Stephen King on the poster. You know what this movie is going to be, even if you don't know what's out.
But to play devil's advocate, he also did The Green Mile and The Shawshank Redemption. So,
well, Green Mile still a very dark movie. Still a very good, great movie. I love the Green Mile. That's one of my favorite movies in the last 10 years.
It's not really horror. It's more of
It's dark. It's dark. It's good though. It's good.
And The Shawshank Redemption,
an all-time classic. Classic. But still, 90% of the time, people see Stephen King and they're thinking that route.
Yeah.
But. Anyway, wow, we went a weird way. But back to the R movie thing. We're talking R-rated movie.
I would say probably the closest thing that we've had so far to the TMNT movie was Power Rangers.
And again, that was PG-13.
Yeah.
It wasn't even... Power Rangers about TMNT, wasn't it a PG movie back in the 90s?
Yeah.
Well, that movie would not be PG now. There's no way that movie would be PG now. Then again, that movie wouldn't exist now because they did the new movies.
Yeah.
Which is a whole different story on a different time. But I still haven't seen. But I heard the second one better than the first.
Yeah, and I actually kind of like the first. I mean, Megan Fox notwithstanding, they actually got the personalities down. I love a lot of people complaining about the computer fan. He's back. He's like, oh, look, he's a techno geek. He's wearing that. If you look closely, it's connected to his goggles. That's the power source for his goggles. Goggles. It's supposed to look like he basically got it out of components that you either find in the sewer or dumpster diving.
Yeah,
But yeah, I love how people
complain about everything. So
yeah.
Complain about everything.
Yeah, when they complain about everything, I mean, hell, they complain about Spider-Man not having the new one instead of going right back to Peter Parker.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they complained about how they, instead of Miles Morales, they went to Peter Parker again.
But that's what they said they were doing. Everyone knew. Okay, I'm going to say this real quickly.
It's one of those where they want diversity for diversity's sake.
I'm all for diversity in movies. Yeah. I'm all for that. I'm all for a crazy cast. The cast in Homecoming is very diverse, and I have no problem with this.
But to
Peter in Spider-Man. Yeah. And I'm going to talk to the comic book nerds straight up for this one. I know we talk about this over on Spider-Man Minute as well.
Yeah.
To the nerds out there.
Yeah.
You have to... I feel like I'm talking to wrestling fans. I do the same thing with wrestling fans. You have to think of the public. You can't think of the nerd culture. The reason the original Spider-Man works so well, and they're talking